Okay, class, week 7, and we're finishing with two really cool topics, I think. Chapter 13 in Levy, diversity, and then, of course, the Buckingham book, Standout, which, as you recall, if you've gotten that far, but if you haven't, you will quickly, is that it's got a tear-out envelope in the back that gives you a code that you're going to go on the website they mentioned and discover your standout profile. There are a lot of profiles that we use in our work. What's significant about Standout is that it's very team related. It talks about what your role on a team might be based on your personal strengths. So it's directly applicable to work in teams, and I would suggest that it's one other way to slice what diversity means, because we've got different strengths, different roles on teams, and making sure we've got a balance of those. Regardless of the other more obvious diversity things like race and gender and height and weight and a lot of the visible things, there are other features, other things that influence diversity on teams that are not necessarily so obvious, and your standout profile is just one of those. You're going to use your standout. You'll do a discussion on that. And of course, you'll also do a discussion on Chapter 13. Levy does another marvelous job getting into more than you knew that there was about diversity. Talks about different research approaches to understanding some of the challenges of diversity, some of the benefits of diversity in teams. And so let me comment. You'll also use your standout profile in the final paper next week as you hypothesize, once you have really studied and offered some analysis on the Nut Island team, that you also will apply your standout profile and how you might have influenced the Nut Island team in a positive way. Very intriguing case study, and if you haven't read the case study, I would suggest you do that this week, kind of get a running start at the paper. If you wait until the last minute to get this paper done, it's just not going to work out. There's a lot to really get your arms around. You're going to go back through Levy, a couple chapters to pull things together. But you'll see all that in my video. All that information has been posted for a week or more under week 8. So I just spend some time really going through Chapter 13 and the ups and downs of diversity, the challenges of diversity. And of course, one of the things about it, and he talks about differences, people, as we view differences in people. And actually there was a study done by Stanford University some years ago, and don't ask me how they figured this out, but as we start to come face to face with someone that we don't know, that within 0.4 of a second we're starting to make some evaluations about them, could say judgments, based on what we see. And again, it's race, gender, height, weight, what they're wearing, all those physical things that we see that do make us different, and in some cases make us the same. So making sure that we're aware of those and try to do something about it and make sure that we are as inclusive as we can be, because who we are and what has made us that way is what diversity is about. Inclusion is about making sure that we are valuing all those differences or similarities and gathering new ideas and perspectives that we wouldn't normally have because of our differences. So he also talks about the halo effect, which is kind of the opposite, so that people we know and like for whatever reason, we tend to value their opinions more, which could be dangerous, but it's a safety thing, I guess. And we tend to overlook maybe some of their shortcomings or whatever it may be. So again, spend some quality time with. There are a couple charts in that chapter that I would commend to your review and your understanding, so you can leverage those in the discussions. And remember, I'm looking specifically for page numbers in the book that support your post. all right, as well as, of course, your experience. Standout, this is pretty self-explanatory once you get your standout results, which look something like this. I have mine from 3 years ago. It was that I did mine. First of all, I hope that when you take your profile, and don't try to game it. It is what it is, because my top profile, standout profile, is equalizer, and right behind it is influencer. And so I'm hoping that for you, your results will be the same, not these same characteristics, but that you will find them to be a good descriptor of you. And when I read this, yep, it's me. And so hopefully that'll be your experience, that you'll have a great profile, one that you can relate to and leverage. It's something you should be able to take forward in the groups you work with to help improve the performance of the group based on your standout strengths. So I guess that's it for now. Again, I would commend to you start moving forward on the paper, although we certainly have work to do. We've got the quizzes back. We've got a quiz and 2 very good discussions. So lean into it. We're almost done, but we also have a fair bit of work to do. So good luck with that. Again, get out to week 8 and start reviewing that. I've got a video out there as well. Have a good week.